Very riveting opening segment. Our videographer and movie critic, Dame Di Pasquale, Rocco Pasafumi, Robin Weiss, Long Beach legend, just walked in. But Rocco Pasafumi has been with me for 4 years. Does a great job as our movie critic and our videographer. And up until today, Rocco had never witnessed a singer on the spectrum with Asperger's syndrome like Rocco has. And we've talked about it, what it would be like to have someone who can come on the show that has this on the spectrum like he is. And today we have Dylan Adams, who's an amazing singer, who also has, like Rocco, Asperger's syndrome. So there's a connection there. And we're going to start the show with Rocco interviewing Dylan about their experiences on the spectrum and how it's affected them and where they are today. So let's bring Dylan up. Let's give Dylan Adams. And now Rocco, take it away.
Thank you so much, Howie. And thank you for your time. Thank you for coming over here.
Thank you.
All right. My first question for you, naturally, being on the spectrum with you, when did you know that you had autism?
When did I know? I was told I had it at a very young age. I would say I was told around 6, 7, probably around that age. So it's just been with me my entire life.
Your many talents you have. You're a playwright. You sing. How did you discover all that within you?
The funny thing is it found me. I didn't go find it. And so it's just something that's always been a part of me. Singing, it's been part of me since I was a child. I learned how to sing before I could even talk. So it's just part of my being, and it just gravitated towards me, and I've always have loved creating and telling a story.
In particular, your piece that you're doing, you have a one-man show that you're doing. Tell us about that and how you came up with it.
So I wrote a show called # The Non-Existent Dating Life of Dylan Adams, and it's about trying to love who you are as yourself and figuring out who you are in a world that expects you to know exactly who you are. It's, because today's day and age, everybody just kind of expects you to know exactly who you are all the time, and we don't know everything about ourselves, at every second. It's a life ongoing process, and how I decided to write this project is kind of funny. So I babysit part-time, and I had these 2 girls I used to babysit, and they were always mad at me at the fact that I wasn't dating anybody. And one day the girl comes up to me, she's like, "Your life is so boring. You have this non-existent dating life, and I am so mad at you." She's like, "Why don't you date this girl?" And I'm like, "Because that's not how this friendship is." And she's like, "Oh, this sucks." So then it just like a light bulb clicked, and I'm like, "Oh, that's a really funny idea. I should write about my non-existent dating life." And that's kind of how the whole process of that came to life.
What do you feel you want people that may be curious about it to see this play? Tell me what it is that you feel it's in for them to see this, and why is this so important?
I think what's important about this is discovering it's okay to not know completely who you are yet, and learning how that is, and also to being able to love yourself, because in the show we discuss like the dating process of what it's like to date, and if you don't know who you are, it makes it really difficult, hard to figure out what you want and someone, and how to be able to go through that process of finding someone you love, but also being independent and true to yourself.
What things do you have coming down the pike? I'm sure you have plenty of different things in your head that you love to do. What do you have coming up that you'd be able to divulge to us?
Right now, I am currently working on an album that Chip DeFaw is producing. It's an Irving Berlin album of his rare music right now, and it's an album of music that was created in the golden age of the American songbook through the 1910s, 20s, 30s, and I've been fortunate enough to record and lay down a few tracks of his work throughout this period. And I don't know when the album will drop yet, but it will be sometime of 2016.
What do you hope to do? Like, what would be like your dream project? Like, what would be like totally ideal for you that you haven't gotten to yet that you'd love to do if you could?
I would love to work on a brand new musical that was written for me, or be able to create a new work and inspire people in some sort of way.
To all those who, like myself, who are on the spectrum, tell them how you feel is the best way to achieve the ambitions you have.
It's a day. It happens a day at a time. You have to take it a day at a time. That's the first thing I think is important. You can't jump off the cliff and expect it all to happen right at the start. Hard work is the thing. I've been working on my craft for years and years, and if you don't know what your craft is, it's okay, because you know what? It's trial and error. You have to learn what those things are and trying new things and being willing to open the world to yourself and trying to figure out what that is. That's part of learning and growing as yourself, and being able to just learn about yourself, because I think that's important, is embracing yourself and being able to take those steps. And when you find that, embracing yourself and cultivating into a craft that you love, and that at the end of the day is what's most important.
Well, thank you very much for joining us. Tell the people where they can come see your play.
Hashtag The Non-Existent Dating Life of Dylan Adams is playing at the Duplex on June 11th at 7 p.m. and you can get tickets at theduplex.com or at purplepass.com/Dylan Adams.
Great job. And now, Dylan, you ready to sing?
Yeah.
Who here loves Bob Dylan?